Soon as we step on the mic, man, you notice the difference. Heavenly blessed with the melanin, baby, you know that we winning. No time for the long talk, got 120 on the clock. Wednesday, 8 through 10, all the bad vibes better stop. Cause you gotta come with that energy. Kazual Konvo, baby, come down and just sit with me. Lil' Coco be spitting that remedy. Kazual Konvo, baby, come down and just sit with me. You better take this shit serious. She dropping knowledge on head and it's free for the play. Tap in right now if you curious. We got the ham radio going lit every A. We go from people to family to pilots. Stay with me if you got something to say. You know it's important if we go acknowledge. Speak on the business and get out the way. What you gonna say about my mama? She winning, you rockhead.
Welcome to the Kazual Konvo show with me, Coco, where we have conversations about topics that affect the community's personal and business relationships. We always have the casual convo, so you don't have to have the tough convo. Tonight, this is like a long time in the making. I have one of the original people that started this thing with me, Miss Tiff.
Hey, y'all.
He's so
That's just my female.
And I also have Miss Tajah. Is she here? Not the double P side.
The double.
Right.
Why y'all gotta disrespect me? Why?
It's not disrespectful. So tonight, are y'all ready for this conversation?
I am.
I'm ready.
Okay, so let's just talk about one thing, right? Y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
So the idea, I keep telling y'all about this relationship series because this is part 2 of the relationship series of why people cheat, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the series came about because a lot of guys was like, you should talk about this, you should talk about that, you should talk about this, you should talk about that. Rebounds came from a man. The tonight's topic definitely came from a man. So I'm like, bet. But the kicker is,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't feel well.
But the kicker to all of this is, I was like, oh, why are you gonna come on and be the guest and talk about it or whatever? They like, no, I mean, you go ahead and do your thing. Do your thing. I said, oh, why? They trying to see what their girl's doing. So I guess tonight, I'm gonna let y'all be the ladies and I'm gonna channel my inner gentleman, my inner king. And I'm gonna just, I'm gonna be a man tonight. So I guess no, I'm not gonna be a man fully because they get quiet.
Well, they be saying I'm a dude anyway, so
we gonna both channel out in the king and we gonna flip.
Yes.
Okay, all right, I got you. Bet. So, tonight's episode is actually number 42, which is awesome sauce. I mean 41. I'm sorry, I'm like 41. I done jumped it. 41. So we're gonna talk about why do people cheat. We're gonna stick to why do people cheat, because I got a couple of more things in this whole relationship spectrum to discuss. Right? I know she lying.
Listen, I'm gonna mute it next time, but I don't feel good. You need to tell these people I'm under the weather, but I'm still here.
Yes, she has been she's been a loyal BFF, a loyal supporter from day one.
I'm about to
Even
fall
though she don't have COVID, y'all. It's a little sinus infection, but I'm gonna need her to not be in her nose while we on the screen.
Sorry.
I might say, did she know they can see her?
Well, listen, I'm gonna just turn my head the next time my nose runs. Sorry, my bad.
Thank you. Yes, come on, Brooklyn Bridge. Oh, what's that? The Chesapeake?
in San Francisco or San Diego or something.
Okay.
It's rounds.
So, a question, right? Actually, because y'all know I got to start with the local Google.
Hold on, let me get my.
We gonna talk about all the aspects of why people cheat, all of that good stuff, and everything you got going on, right?
Uh-huh.
Did you put out a book?
I told you I used my research too.
Question, Rich. I'm sorry to break this wall. Is there any way possible that there can be call-ins tonight? Yes. Can I have the number, please? Or can you say the number? Look, I feel like I'm on Jeopardy. 410-598. I know after the break, I missed it. I need it again. 598 what? People sick of me. What was it? 598, was it 4242? I think so. 4105, huh?
410-598-4242.
Okay, we're going to open up the phone lines at like 9 o'clock. Safe? 9:05-ish. All right. So, why do people cheat? I'm gonna give y'all the research definition, and then I formulated this so we can pretty much have an open discussion and hit the targets. Is that fair?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the research definition is because of anger, self-esteem, lack of love, low commitment, need for variety, neglect, sexual desire, and situation of circumstances.
Yeah, I got that. I wrote that.
Okay. So who want to go first on why they think people cheat? Briefly.
Oh, I can go first on that one.
5 minutes.
Not 5 minutes.
Or do you need only because we gonna take turns. I'm the dude tonight.
But I don't need 5 minutes. Mine is very simple. I feel like people cheat because they're lacking something in their relationship. So they're longing for whatever they're lacking. I feel like that's the only reason.
Okay.
Other than people be bored, but that's about it.
Okay. Fair.
That's it.
We ain't there yet, Rich. Hold on. Rich on it. Hold on. Look, he about to come up over here. He gonna be the dude. All right, so I won't have to channel my inner king. All right, Tiff. Is she finishing her note? Tiff,
Yes.
your thoughts? Oh Lord, she fixed the hump on the table.
You already know my
Briefly.
theory. People
Briefly,
cheat because
friend.
it's going to be brief. People cheat because that's what they want to do. Period.
That's all. Not the tea.
That's it. That's all. It's not like you getting molested. You're a willing participant. That's what you want to do. Cheating is a choice.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Why do I think people cheat?
Yes.
I think people cheat because there's something missing that they don't talk about, to where as though their partner or who they with understands that there's something missing that may need to be fixed, or there's something that's lacking. So instead of trying to not saying, get on the same page where you don't have to seek outside your relationship, they don't have that simple conversation to say, look, this is what I need, put it all on the table. And I think that's what we don't do sometimes, is put it all on the table, but instead confide in another person of the opposite sex. And because you may get something from just opening up to that person, it becomes an attraction. And then now you done cheated. Did that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the look on your face.
I'm just saying they still did it because that's what they wanted to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I did some more research. Why? Okay. What are the common reasons for people cheating? Like, again, feeling like you're drifting away from your partner, first of all, has show of hands. I don't know if I can participate on this from this because I deal with guys. So I'm supposed to be the man. So I don't think I can participate. Have you ever been cheated on? And have you ever cheated? You have an option to share or not to share. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna do what she doing.
Can I say, yes, I've been cheated on. I've never cheated though.
Well, let me just say, I cheated in my early years when I ain't know no better. I ain't did it as a grown woman. I did it as a young woman.
Oh, you real grown now.
Yeah, I'm real grown now. I ain't got time for that, you know.
I've been cheated on and I've cheated. I would say that. Depends on. Yeah.
You said you grown up. So, okay, this is my thing on the drifting apart. I want to say I agree on the drifting apart thing. I think sometimes when people rush into a relationship, or say like you may have people who may get into a relationship at a really, really young age, and then people get comfortable because they've been together so long, and you know, you are where you are, you complacent and with that person, but it's something missing. Y'all may not be on the same page as y'all were in your early 20s or late teens. You get what I mean? Mm-hmm. So now you seeking something, you don't know what's missing. Your growth might be on two different spectrums. Yeah. And so now it's like the communication, the intimacy, the emotional pieces are drifting apart. So since I'm going to be the man, what I was told to speak on is, even though women want a lot of emotional connection and the wantedness, we forget the man needs that.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I see a lot of perched lips and I'm not understanding.
No, I completely agree with what you're saying.
I agree too.
Wait a minute, I got eyebrows, I got perched lips. I'm just trying to figure out, okay. So y'all agree that people cheat. How do you think instead of drifting apart, what would your suggestion be? Instead of cheating. Even if you start to realize, okay, we always like this and now it's going like this.
See, and like I said before, I feel like people cheat because they lack what's in the relationship. So you have to communicate with what you feel like you're lacking. So if you feel like you're missing something from your partner, you should communicate with them about that. But that's a whole thing. Like, it's all that that foundation that y'all set. So, I mean, the only way to really fix it, I feel, is if you communicate with them.
I agree with TT. Like, communication is key. You gotta tell your partner what your issue is. Now, if you gotta keep on telling your partner the same issue, you need to jump ship.
All right, I got a question.
I may have an answer.
So, you ever come across people who don't understand that they're drifting apart because of comfortability, and they may have rushed into something unknowing, you know, just because, you know, we've had several shows where we've talked about, when we talk about relationships, people getting with people just to say, oh, that's my man, or that's my lady, or I'm with somebody. We talked about that in Rebounds, right?
Yes.
So now you in the relationship, it may be some things that start to come about and y'all just not on the same page. So it could be the communication piece could be there, but it could be that missing drive that's just is lacking, where you may have ambition in one area and want to grow, but the other person is just complacent. Mm-hmm. So yes, you start to drifting apart instead of coming up together.
Yeah, so what exactly is your question then?
what do y'all feel about that? Oh, you tried it.
No, I was just
She definitely did.
where the question was gonna come. But like, I mean, then somebody gotta realize it's time to go in that situation.
Right.
Like, if y'all drifting apart that much and y'all can't see where the issue really lies, then maybe somebody at some point gotta say, maybe we just need to go our separate ways because we're obviously going in two different directions as it is. Somebody has to realize that at some point. Now, I understand people people are like, oh, I got too comfortable, or I'm comfortable where I'm at, so I'm gonna stay where I'm at. It's okay to get uncomfortable, to get yourself comfortable, to find what you actually want and need. We talked about this in rebounds.
Yeah, see, it be the time. It be that time.
Even with drifting apart, would you give your partner like a hall pass? Oh, that's to say you want the relationship, but you know that y'all going sideways. Even if you talk about it and y'all can't come, it's just not going the way that it's going. But this is where you're comfortable. No, look, I'm speaking as a bad Rich, because you have some people that feel like, and I've seen it. I don't know about y'all. When people know that they're drifting apart, but because you feel like you invested time, you like, shit, you ain't going nowhere. You go what I'm saying? Like, I put my time in, and then it could be right on both sides. And like I said again, it's a thin line.
That's a mistake people make. People be thinking that time define their relationship. Time don't mean nothing. Like, oh, you could be with somebody for 10 years. If it work, it work. If it don't work, it don't work. Jump ship. Put that 10 years. I do 10 years for somebody else. I'm not about to be unhappy. Nah, you're not about to cheat on me either.
And no hall pass. The hall pass. At that point, it's either you want to be with me or you don't, and then we're gonna work this out and we're gonna learn how to grow together, or we're gonna go our separate ways. I'm not doing no hall pass.
Did you say a hall pass?
A hall pass.
You said wait a minute. You said give your partner a hall pass? A hall pass?
Some people do. Some people look. I listen.
Wait a minute now.
I've never been a cheater. Now I've met some
glad
people.
I'm on this show tonight because this ain't right. Hold on.
No,
now.
I've met some people. That's next show, but I'm just saying.
You gonna give your mate? Okay, some people. Now I've heard of. Now I got friends that did this. I got some friends that gave their fiance a hall pass, like the night of their bachelor party or the night of their bachelorette party or something like that. Okay, you get a hall pass before we get married. But in the regular relationship, because first of all, I'm not even giving you no hall pass before we get married. First and foremost. You're not going to get a hall pass to do nothing. You're going to take that pass and you're going to pass right on out my life and go be with that person.
Yeah, I agree.
I know you lying.
I'm just saying. I feel like people are okay. Like, if you're not getting it from here, I think it's a new, I'm always watching stuff, looking at stuff. I think it's a new thing of this relationship. It's some stuff that I'm starting to be privy to. People are, why are you looking like that?
Because I'm listening.
Because some people are like, okay, if I can't give this person what they want and they go ahead and get it, it's like they fine with it. As long as I got some stipulations. I don't know. But why are you looking like that?
But see, my problem with the hall pass is, say you give your partner that hall pass, right?
Mm-hmm.
And y'all set up all these boundaries and rules for it, and then y'all both in agreement on it and all of that. But that hall pass gives opportunities to other things. So if you're giving the opportunity of a hall pass, then make sure you understand that you're giving the opportunity of possibly you losing your partner right then and there.
You may as well just have an open relationship.
At that point,
that's what I'm saying.
An open relationship. Because like once you give a hall pass, that hall pass can be, this is a one-time thing. Don't take it overboard. But that one-time thing could be what they really want. And so they're going to keep wanting something. People are greedy. So at the end of the day, a little bit, they're going to want more of what you just gave them.
No matter what, if they use their hall pass and it was real good.
Look at her. She done used one.
I'm just saying, what if they use that hall pass and it was real, real good and they want some more? You don't think your partner gonna do it again because they told you I'm only gonna do it one time? Man, please.
Yep.
That's some bullshiggity.
The thin line right then and there. So be prepared.
Bullshiggity.
Your partner.
So what
I
if
ain't giving nobody no hall pass.
What if it's like your partner really feel like, so let's say you with someone and they make you feel like you're wanted by them all the time. It could be years them past. I'm not talking about in the beginning. We all know how that go in the beginning. I'm talking about y'all established, getting on each other's nerves, all of that. But you may be with someone who makes you feel desired, wanted, as if you are who I want all the time, every day, even when you get on my damn nerves. However, on the flip side, if your partner may feel like they're not getting that from you, they may have expressed that from you, that they don't feel like you're in it or like you want them in the way that they want you, then what? Is that okay?
Is that okay for what? Them to get a hall pass?
We talking about cheating. They might not want to leave you, but they need to go over here.
But this is the thing. There is no acceptable reason to cheat. Period. There's not a single reason that is acceptable in my book to cheat.
You know I gotta get everything. I'm just
saying in my own opinion, there's no acceptable reason to cheat. You don't have to cheat. You can very well jump ship, leave the relationship, go out there, get what you want, go be with who you want to be with. Don't cheat though. You don't have to cheat. It's a choice.
Yeah, I feel like once you have that thought of like, okay, I'm not getting what I want, and y'all communicate it, and then you're like, okay, I'm still not getting what I want out of this relationship. And you're like, okay, I can probably find it somewhere else. Let me see what I can find. Then you should just automatically think to yourself, I'm gonna leave this person be so that I can figure out what I really want and need in a relationship. Like, once you have that one little thought, like, yeah, I'm not getting everything I need. You're going to want to go find it somewhere else anyway. So just go find it somewhere else and leave that person alone.
Pretty much.
Okay. Can I get back to being the man? I'm going to be a man.
Go ahead, be the man.
I'm going to be a man.
A man
I said I've been cheated on, right?
Yes.
I can honestly say, if you have been cheated on and somebody has been expressing to you something, right? And you might have heard them. We as women, hear me out, we have a tendency at times to ignore the signs of our man, sometimes ignore where things are going wrong. And even if they verbally express them, they show us where it's going wrong, or they may show us what they want. Okay, if I'm doing this for you, this is I need something from you to make me feel special too. Because a lot of times we as women, we want men to put everything on the table. You got to do this. We got all of these sensual, romantic demands, but we forget the man want to be romanticized too. So, with that being said, if you a strong woman, which we got a lot of them in 2021, who are not listening to, we got all these men out here making videos saying when women are lacking, and it's a whole big debate, right? So, for instance, in one of my situations, that's one of the reasons I'm big on communications. I wasn't listening. I didn't always communicate how I felt, if I felt it. And then even though I may have thought I showed something, sometimes people want to hear it, even though like we want to hear, oh, you're beautiful. I love you. You know what I'm saying? I want you. This is, this thing's to entice your mental, this to get you stimulated in every way, emotional. But we can get so wrapped up in what we're doing, we forget this man got feelings, because we are programmed at times to think men don't have feelings, or to think they're just supposed to cater to our emotional needs and our communicable needs. But we forget they may need the same thing. So in that, hold on that aspect, from a male perspective, they may want you to do these things, and it may not say, let's just say the cheat wasn't intentional. Why you put your forehead? I'm just not. Look, I'm the man. That's how they talk. The cheat might not have been intentional at first. I'm just saying. Listen, I'm representing. This is how they talking to me. So it may not have been intentional. No, hear me out. It may not have been intentional at first. You know how everybody go out, do whatever they doing, or you may have someone. Y'all may have a conversation. They may be, on your side, whatever. Next thing you know, that leads to something else because you're busy all the time. So you don't have time to have them conversations.
I'm not. I am not.
So what I'm saying is, if you have been completely ignoring any way that your partner, a man, has expressed this to you,
ooh, child,
and he cheats, but he says, this is why I cheated, what do you say?
You do realize when it comes to being in a relationship, there's relationship counseling. So if you feel like you're not being heard by your partner, and you said it several times, then maybe you should try counseling. And if counseling don't work, I feel like you should do what? Leave. Because if you're thinking about cheating,
hold everybody. But see, that's a great point. I get that. But you have a lot of people. We are just I'm going to take a step back out of this real quick. We as a community are just getting to understand the importance of counseling and that it's okay to seek counseling for different things in our lives. So depending on where you are and your age range, a lot of people, and especially men, when it comes to relationship counseling, they're like, girl, we will talk about this. Everybody is not open to it. So the thing with counseling is it can't be forced. It has to be a welcoming thing that both people want to get the benefit from.
Now, I agree with that. I agree with that part. I do agree with that part. But let me say this part. I agree with you saying. However, no, but listen, I agree with you saying. That's true. Everybody not for counseling. Some people don't even know how to communicate with their partners. Some people don't know how to communicate in general. But you're not going to tell me that you accidentally slipped and tripped and fell. No, you didn't do none of that. You didn't do that. That's not accidentally. That was on purpose. That was a choice. That was a choice. You don't accidentally cheat. And we all know, everybody knows that cheating is wrong. Everybody knows that when you get into a relationship, you get into a marriage or whatever, you are not supposed to cheat. Everybody knows that. You don't accidentally cheat. It's no such thing. Please give me an example of an accidental sexual quarrel, please.
I don't think cheating is just sexual.
But I'm just saying.
No, that's what I'm trying to say.
Give me a scenario of an accidental cheating conversation.
No, I'm about to. When it was broken down to me, I'm not saying verbatim. I'm just saying this was like I added my yeast to it, of course, because I want to hear y'all, get y'all little point of view. However, cheating is not just physical. Once you start to build a bond, a connection, it may not even be physical yet. It could just be, I don't get conversation at home. That your partner can have sex with you to the wheels fall off, but it's still something missing of a connection. Even when you see guys who may go to prostitutes, strippers, a homegirl, the cousin that listen all the time and they can confide in. Okay, so he or she is giving them something that you are not giving. That doesn't mean it's sexual. It's just because they can't come talk to you because you probably always got an attitude. And that guilt trip a lot. Soon as somebody say, "Hey, babe, we need to talk," and you're like, "What What you want to talk about now? That's you can't be like
but
that.
You're right though. You know, cheating. I agree with that. Cheating isn't just sexual. But please explain to me now in terms of building a bond with somebody outside of your relationship. We talking about a bond. Bonds are this. How do you accidentally do this? That's not an accident. That's because you wanted to do that. You wanted to make that bond.
No, you wasn't available because you so tied up into what you're doing.
So you bonded with somebody else as a choice.
Hear me out. I'm being a dude, right? If every time a man comes home, well, let me rephrase that because I'm the dude. I'm channeling my inner man. I gotta say it how it was, you know. If I come home and my woman always got attitude, granted she might have had a long day, but when it come to me, I get the attitude every freaking day. Every day. But then you complain. Then you nag. I'm doing everything you asked me to do. I'm paying bills. I'm buying you stuff. I'm taking you on trips. I'm giving you all of this that you asking of me. All I'm asking for is to come home to happiness and maybe an embrace and not the that's the nagging part, right?
As a man,
you hold on. I'm the dude. See, that's what y'all don't do. Y'all don't let the men speak. I'm the man. Remember this, y'all. I'm in man mode. So I'm trying to express. So when I go out and I might see cousin, sis, she listening. She, hey, how was your day? Something so simple as how was your day? How do you feel? They may be giving you all of this, but you keep giving that attitude. Who wants to come home to an attitude every day? Who wants to argue every damn day? So yes, when I don't get the argument here, even though we built the connection, when I come back home, you still, why you was out again. And then you, instead of embracing me, giving me a reason to want to be around you, people tend to avoid negativity. But this chick over here, she positive. And then now, after a while, because I keep coming home to this starting to look real attractive over here. Listen, yeah, I'm sorry, like I didn't got y'all.
Listen, because girl, you got my blood pressure boiling.
I think.
Because okay, say all of that you just said was true. Say that is the scenario. You coming home to your mate every day. They negative all the time. You know they angry all the time. Y'all fussing all the time. It just ain't working out to where though you venting to somebody else, or you giving your stuff to somebody else that's listening to you. You know what option you do have if you unhappy in your relationship? Leave.
All right, I'm still the dude, right?
Okay.
Keep in mind, I don't want y'all to think this. I'm not Coco. I'm Calvin.
Not Calvin.
No, I don't want to be Calvin. I'm Caron.
Who?
Caron. Anyway, Tyrone. All right, I'm Tyrone. Rick said I'm Tyrone. So when I'm the man, I'm Tyrone. So saying
you know what Erica Badu said.
Tyrone and came home like I always do, telling you how beautiful you are, doing all of these things. You still hit me with an attitude. I say, babe, I'm trying. I tried. You know the time.
Oh, where's these men that you pretending to be, first and foremost? Where are these men? Where are these men?
They scared. So listen. So then it's like, all right, babe.
This girl got my pressure up.
That's how the dudes be having our pressure high. So let me be Tyrone, especially Tyrone and Keiths and all of them, Mikes and all that stuff. You know, what is it? What's another one that be getting our pressure high? You know that common name. As soon as they say that name, you be like, so anyway, it is. So let's just say I heard you.
Definitely, I'm
Tyrone, babe. I heard you, baby. Listen, all I want to do is come home to you, but you keep doing this, right? And I don't want to do this with you no more. I care about you. I'ma just go ahead because you're not happy, I'm a dip. Hold on. We all know one. Tell me if I'm lying. Oh, no, you not. We blocking doors.
Maybe for some.
Maybe for some.
I'm not about to hold nobody hostage where they don't want to be.
But then as soon as he try to leave because he not happy, and Tyrone might be on probation, I'm going to call you. Don't let me call. Don't let me call.
There are some like that, yes. There are some like that.
Oh, he think he just going to leave me after 8 years and da-da-da-da-da. But while you doing this, he looking at you like, that's why I don't even want to be with you. I keep saying that.
There are some like that, yes.
Mm-hmm. So what is that man supposed to do? Now he's trying to leave, but you're threatening him. You may threaten him that he can't see his kids. You threaten him that you're gonna take his freedom away. You threaten him that you're gonna try to take all his money, take him down on child support if y'all got kids, because he don't want to be with you no more.
So is this leading up to he should cheat?
So look, boss.
Hey,
I'm Tyrone. So
are these leading up to he should cheat?
No, I'm just saying.
Continue to be unhappy at home.
I'm giving a scenario because y'all said just leave. I'm just saying the situation that maybe I'm Tyrone. Listen, this is why I fucking stayed, because I ain't trying to go back to jail. I want to see my kids, but Shorty just got attitude and she crazy.
Well, let me say this. Before you say something, Gigi, let me say this. In the beginning of that 8 years, or somewhere around along the line of that 8 years, somewhere in that relationship, Tyrone had seen that she had crazy in her. Tyrone chose to ignore them signs and symptoms that she had showing that she could possibly be crazy. Tyrone didn't pay attention to what was going on in his relationship to see that it was going to lead to that. So Tyrone put himself in that predicament, because I'm sure that ain't the first time. Every day in that whole 8 years, she was showing him at some point that she was either going to be crazy, that she was crazy, and he had the option to jump ship before it got to 8 years. So my question is, with all of that being said, what should Tyrone do? Should he cheat?
But why can't she let Tyrone leave?
Well, I can't speak for them.
I can't speak for them. He's trying to leave respectfully and amicably. So we keep saying leave. I'm just saying, we keep saying leave. I know women personally who may not have shown crazy. Okay, they may have been okay, Danny. Yeah, sometimes I'm like, but then when he died,
crazy. That right there show crazy, because ain't no woman like that all the time. That right there show crazy. Ain't no woman nice all the time. That right there show crazy. Oh no, this chick, every day I come home, it's hey baby, and it's all about me. She ain't never get mad with me. Everything all nice all the time. Hell
I'm saying y'all can have disagreements, but I'm saying when he's ready to go and it's just not working, he may have tried. He may have. I'm sorry, I'm Tyrone. I may have come to my woman, right? And I'm trying. But yeah, it might be her job. It may be little stuff going on, but I don't want the backlash from everybody. I'm supposed to be your peace. Okay, I ain't peaceful with you no more.
It's now her work boyfriend. Her work boyfriend probably pissing her off.
So is that correct? Because I'm Tyrone. I'm giving you everything that you want, baby.
I'm saying it might be her boyfriend.
I'm doing everything. I'm coming home every night. I'm just telling you now, before I go out here and smash something. I'm trying. I want to leave, but I want to leave peacefully. But you telling me no. But now you telling me you got a work boyfriend. That's how we get out here, bust.
Now I agree with that, but I can't really in this particular scenario with that type of this particular scenario with that type of woman, considering the fact that I'm not that type of woman, and I will gladly let you leave. I probably shouldn't even speak on that subject, because I would say jump ship. Right. Because nobody should be first of all, life is short. It is no reason for you to be in no relationship with nobody and be unhappy. Leave. I don't care how much time is invested. Leave.
Wait a minute, what my mother said?
What y'all got together? Leave.
So my question,
my mother, Sister Tomoko, she said men love crazy women.
They do. Prime example, Chanel, our homeboy, Wayne. Do he or do he not love them crazy chicks?
He don't love crazy women. He loves psychotic
Yeah, they
Women.
be psychotic.
It's a
Yeah,
different.
they be psychotic. They like bust the windows out your car type psychotic, and he will still mess with them.
All right, Tajah, I'm gonna let you go. Then I got another question for y'all.
Okay, so my question is, so you said Tyrone, he paying all the bills.
What's up?
No, I'm question. Like you say, he paying all the bills, and what else?
I mean, she's giving you everything emotionally, right? He's stimulating you emotionally. He's being I'm Tyrone. I'm being there for you emotionally. I'm paying all the bills. I'm letting you know you're what I want to be with. Whether it's doing special things, I'm trying to be romantic. I'm running barefoot.
So,
I'm listening. I'm talking to you. But I've told you several times, babe, I just come home and have a nice night. I know.
So,
Fuck that. That's just me.
Something is missing.
Something's not adding up. So if she's complaining and all of that, there has to be there must be a reason.
About him. That's what I'm saying. It's not about him. We have I know me personally, I can have a bad day every fucking day.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Every day. But then when I come home, I'm talking about my day, but my day could wrap my attitude up. And I'm not realizing I'm taking that out on my partner.
But see, I couldn't even ask a question. But
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Now I had jumped to something else. So you're saying like you get wrapped up in your emotions, your attitude, and all that. Okay. One, that for the female, that needs to be a self-awareness moment. Because if your man is and he's telling you, like, I feel like you just complain a lot, and like I'm trying and I'm sitting here and I'm communicating with you and I want to work things out, then she needs to reflect on herself. But my biggest question is, so you telling me Tyrone is doing everything right in every aspect of the relationship? So you telling me he's spending that quality time that she needs, that she feels like she deserves? I'm like the bills and all that is paid. So with all the bills and stuff being paid and all that, so it's the quality time standards being met, like not just emotional, but also mental standards being met, because you're saying she got an attitude, like she need to check her mental. And if that's her man, he should be able to tell her, your mental don't seem right today. Or any other day for that fact. There's different aspects of the
but
and financial.
Are we up on this? Okay, I'm gonna spend like 2 more minutes on this. But is she accepting of what he's explaining to her? And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna let you answer, but I'm gonna tell you why, and I'm gonna just tell you why. And it's gonna sum it up in a nutshell. Because I actually agree with the person who told me, only because I experienced it. Go ahead.
Oh, you ready for my answer?
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what I was answering already.
No, you were still talking about it.
No, but like I was saying, there's more than just the emotional and financial aspects of the relationship. So you got the mental and the physical as well. So when it boils down to it, I feel like, especially with this situation, that should just be like a separate ways type of thing. I guess is where I'm at in life now, because of what I've experienced so far. Like I can easily say, like, if it gets to that point in the relationship, it's just time to go. And I'm not one of those females that's like that, to where I'm gonna be holding doors and no, you can't.
Me either.
I'm gonna do all that. If you're ready to go and you feel like it's your time to go and I'm not providing what you need in a relationship, then go. I'm okay with it.
And I think you both are some very reasonable and intelligent and logical women, right?
Mm-hmm.
All women aren't as logical and as receptive as that. When I say from experience, like I said, I'm gonna do 2 minutes and I need to move on. When I said I experienced it, because when I was younger, at some point in my life, even though I've always worked, I've always been able to meet people halfway, I was missing communication, and I was also missing the fact that my man needed to feel wanted by me. See, we think because we give it up a little bit, we may have a little conversation here, a little conversation there. They could be meeting everything. And you're right. It's not just financial. It's not just, all of those aspects need to be met. That man was meeting all of mine. I wasn't meeting all of his because I wasn't reciprocating. See, the thing is, we always speak about communication. We always speak about reciprocation, right? But if you can't give back that same energy that person is putting into you, you're doomed. And if I can't sit and listen and hear him several times, like, can you compliment me sometimes? And I had to think about it. Damn, I'm not that deep. You know what I mean? I didn't. I'm like, shit, you know, he cute, you know, he fine. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's stuff like that. So the littlest things, and that's why I said little things matter. It's not the big things. It's the small things. It's the communication. It's all of that. So I say that to say, even in the aspect where I had to revamp some things about myself, of communication, understanding that I got to give a little bit more than what I was given. Mm-hmm. But it's a two-way street, and both people had to be accepting and aware and able to meet in the middle if they wanted to work. But you can't ignore what somebody else tell you. And a lot of times, us men and women, somebody can say, I'm feeling like you don't need mommy right now. Here you go with that shit. You know what I mean? And they be like that. We can't do that. They telling you for a reason. That's all I'm saying. But anywho, let's go off of that. Do you feel like people who may be cheaters are controlling?
No. I do. And most
people who are cheaters, they don't want you to do nothing. They want to control everything that you do.
See, my cheater wasn't like that. My cheater, he wasn't like that, and he did everything with everybody.
So he ain't care what you do.
He ain't care. And the crazy thing is, I ain't even do me.
Rick said there are levels to the control.
Level. I would agree to that. There's levels. There's levels
of how they control you, depending on your vulnerability. See, some people will prey on your vulnerability and how they cheat and how to control you. Mm-hmm. Where they'll still cheat.
He wasn't nothing like that. I guess it depends on the person.
Let me tell you something. Doing this fucking damn, I ain't gonna drink no more wine. So I was doing the research, right? This tickled my little fancy. It said they be talking about some traits. It said they work in a trade or medicine. So we got that job. Right?
Yes. Hey, listen. There are certain professions that it has been proven that they some hoes.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you how I know.
Maybe like general
y'all want me to tell you how I know? You wanna know how I know? You wanna know how I know? Because I done did them all. All of them. All of them. You know, back in my thought days. But I ain't like that no more.
Can you stop?
I'm in a relationship now, so I don't do that type of stuff.
Peter, I'm gonna let you kick off with this one. Do you think cheaters have narcissist tendencies?
Ooh.
I gotta save you for last.
Ooh.
Yeah, I completely agree with that one.
I agree too.
I definitely agree. I feel like in the times that I've been cheated, I feel like each one of them have shown narcissistic traits in some way, shape, or form.
How do you define a narcissist? Oh Lord, she cracking her neck. I can't wait to hear this one.
I gotta think of it. Because I like a narcissist to me, that's a whole, like when I think of like a narcissist, like my own personal definition, I think of it more like emotional and mental than anything. So it's just like the simple gaslighting or whatever you want to call it. Like, I don't know. Get back to me. Let me think some more because I gotta figure out how I want to word my answer.
Oh, we can always come back.
They just about their self. Narcissists, they just people that's about self, period. They just about self. They are not about anybody else but self. It don't matter what the situation is, what the issue is, what the problem, the non-problem, whatever. They are about self. They will find a way to turn it into a them thing.
Question.
And they stuck on themselves.
They are never wrong. You are absolutely correct. Every time I got cheated on, it didn't matter. They was wrong.
Yeah.
I could have done everything right, but they were not. It was always my fault. And I'm like, what? Now I can take some fault, but I ain't gonna take all.
Something. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Flip it back to my sister. Flip it back. Listen, this man in the room, narcissistic. I be trying to tell him that he narcissistic, but he'll be trying to
curse real bad just that.
Listen, he is. He's very narcissistic.
Why you whispering?
Because he here. But I have learned how to deal with narcissistic people because I've come to the realization that they might be all I attract.
Oh, now you need to reflect.
I know. I have a problem. Oh my God.
She made me snort. Oh my God.
I'm telling you.
All right, bet. Okay. I know we got 10 minutes before break, but I want to ask this. Say this question. Do you feel either one of you, I'm gonna leave 5 and 5. Is that fair?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all got 5 minutes to go in, and then we're gonna pick up after break. Do you feel like people cheat because of that maybe what they saw growing up in their family or amongst their friends, or because they are just habitual cheaters?
TT, go ahead and take your 5.
No.
Wholeheartedly, that is what people are used to saying. Like when you grow up and all you saw was like your father or your mother cheating on like your mother or your father, vice versa, whatever it is, you're gonna grow up and be like, oh, well, they were accepting of it. Like, okay, I can do that too. Whichever one of the kids thought that, and they're gonna keep it going and be like, well, I don't know what else to do because this is what I know. I've gotten that reason before. That's the sad part. But like, I do feel like people repeat what they see, especially when it's somebody that they look up to. So if it's like your parents that you see that's cheating, and every kid looks up to their parents, you're going to start to think whatever your parents is doing is okay, and that it's okay for you in the future. Some people don't think like this, but others do. So I agree with that. And what was the second part?
Or are they just habitual cheaters? It could be that it could be that they come from a solid background of loyalty, but marriages, relationships, never seen cheating. They just like what they want to do what they do.
Is that like the same thing as like once a cheater, always a cheater? Because I don't think that's true. Oh, that's not that question. But I mean, I feel like that's a question that goes hand in hand. Like they both go hand in hand, though. Especially, well, I guess with my answer, because I just feel like it all depends on who you're with. Like, depends on, like, because like some people allow certain things. So like, a guy once told me, like the way he described it was, because I asked him why does he always cheat. So he said he has his main squeeze, like his main orange juice, like his name brand orange juice, right? That's amazing, and he loved that one, so he's gonna keep that one. But he always gonna have his others, like there's always other ones to try. That's how he explained it. But then he met somebody, and then he was like, "Now I'm gonna just."
Did you say orange juice?
Yeah, that's how he described it. Literally, that's how he described it. That was his way of explaining it to me.
Like generic or expensive?
Basically, yup. Like you got your good brand orange juice. That's the one you really like. You're gonna keep that one. You're gonna keep going. Then you got them other ones that just look good to try.
Yes, absolutely. 5 minutes to
listen. I do agree with TT part. Like, yeah, I do agree that if you seen it growing up, I mean, it's the same. Like, if you seen your father go upside your mother's head your whole life, you grow up, you might think it's okay to be a woman beater. However, back to what I said earlier, cheating is a choice. Nobody forces you to cheat. Nobody makes you cheat. It is what you want to do. If you want to cheat, then you're going to cheat. If you don't want to cheat, then you're not going to cheat. Nobody can make you, do cheat or, well, it's not all just sexual, but nobody can make you do that. That's a choice. It's an option.
I want to ask you a question.
But hold up, I got 5 minutes. You're not going to cut me off.
No, I'm going to wait till after.
Okay, because I'm going to tell the truth. You already know I am.
I'm listening.
What I'm saying is, we all know right from wrong. You can't be grown and be like, well, I seen my father cheat on my mother my whole entire childhood. So, I just thought that it was okay. No, because at some point in your life, you learned that wasn't okay. You seen your mother's unhappiness. You couldn't have possibly thought that was okay. Cheating is a choice. When back in my day, when I dibbled and dabbled,
What do you mean?
Back in my,
what do you mean? It was the what do you
back in my day when I might have cheated, but
Why?
I had cheated. Why?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't even gonna lie. I had the best of both worlds. That was my reason. Didn't nobody do nothing wrong. I wasn't in no bad relationship. My home life wasn't messed up. I wanted the best of both worlds. They both had very good things going on for them.
Like what?
They had a good job. Well, see, I messed up because they worked at the same job.
No, I know she lying.
And I got caught. And I'm going to tell you, this what made me never cheat again. The fear that I had when I was faced with both of them in the room with me looking dumb, I ain't never cheated in my life since. I was probably about 22. I'd never do nothing like that again. But it was my choice. It was my choice to do that. I knew one of them had a key to my house and one of them didn't. And I knew that one that had the key could walk in there at any time. I chose to allow the other man to come in there knowing that one had a key. It was a choice.
That is Russian roulette.
It was, and I was scared. I was scared, the real kind. Like, I was on the phone calling Pat.
I know you too well.
You
might have been scared, but
I was scared. I did laugh a little bit, but I was scared. I was so scared. I'm on the phone with my mom. I just don't. I live on the 3rd floor, so I can't jump out the window. I don't know what to do. I'm scared. But the whole time they wanted to fight each other.
You called Pat?
Yeah, I called my mother. She lived across the street. If you don't come across the street, girl, I'm scared. I'm jammed up. Come help me. But they wanted to fight each other. It wasn't even about fighting me. And then at the end of it, they both still wanted to deal with me. And I ended up not dealing with neither one of them. Cause I was like, y'all crazy. Girl, you can't be putting that pootatoo on everybody,
What is it called?
The pootatoo. The pootatoo. You can't be putting, back then it was the pootatoo. You can't be putting that on everybody because, I'm sitting there thinking they could kill me. They want to kill each other. I was like, well, wait a minute. You mean to tell me I'm off the hook? Oh, y'all about to fight? All right, just don't tear my house up. But that was in my 20s, I'm about to be 40, so I'm matured. I don't do that type of stuff no more.
You know what? I'm listen. I didn't got tongue tied. I don't even know what to say for the rest of these 2 minutes.
What's the question? You said you had a question.
You answered it a little bit. I need to go. Listen.
Oh, you all tongue twisted.
Yes, because I knew when you came on here.
I wasn't gonna lie. One thing for sure, for certain, I'm an open book. I don't care who feel any type of way about me. I ain't doing nothing that nobody else ain't did.
Since we talked about this series, I prepared myself, and you was like, "Yes, I got a lot to say." And when you said it like that, because I said, "Yes, I got a lot to say." I said, I know she lies to me part and the only show she want.
I was like, I'm gonna be on that one. I'm gonna be on that one.
All right, so we get ready to go to break. We gonna come back in 5, we're gonna finish this and get into some other stuff. But thank you guys for tuning in. And we will see you in 5 minutes. Hello. Welcome back to the Kazual Konvo show with me, Coco. And I got my special guest, Tiff and Tajah with me tonight. We're talking about why do people cheat? First half was very, very interesting. I channeled my inner man. I was Tyrone, aka Karan, aka Keith, aka Kevin, aka Wilson, aka your sugar daddy. I don't know, whatever you want to do. So am I still channeling the inner man because the men wouldn't come in, but they wanted to give me the suggestions for the topic? And
please don't channel your inner man again, because I don't like him.
Don't?
No, because I did not like Tyrone at all.
Tyrone.
It's Tyrone. Karan was cool?
None of them. I ain't like none of them. They was raising my pressure.
I like Tyrone.
You like Tyrone?
Tyrone was a fool. He should have jumped ship.
Yeah. Tyrone's sensitive, and he's in touch with his woman.
Obviously.
We all want a Tyrone. See, that's what happens when we get to Tyrone. We don't know how to reciprocate and embrace Tyrone.
Well, I ain't got no Tyrone. I got a Jerome.
On that note, we're going to get right back into swing. Hello.
Oh, what I got?
All right, we talked about a person having like some traits or ways that could potentially cause a person to cheat. And we were talking about some traits of a person who's liable to cheat, right? Mm-hmm. So I just got one more. Do you think people who may cheat are dependent on other people? Not necessarily you, but just dependent on people, period.
Say that one more time.
A person who may be a cheater, because we talked about, what we talked about in the first half. Do you feel like a person who cheats is dependent on other people? Not necessarily too much on a person who they are with, but just people, period. Some people tend to latch on to the first thing. So, okay, I may latch on to you for one. I'm going back. I'm Karan. So I'm going on. She made a shit. So, I'm just saying, me, I'm Karan. I might latch on to this one because she fulfills this need. I may latch on to this one because I'm dependent because I'm not independent. So I latch on to what my needs are.
I agree.
You agree? Tita?
I'm in the middle. As always.
Why are you in the middle? Explain. We need your energy because I'm going to tell you why this is actually good. You bring a different, fresher aspect to this. Because, even though we're just a little bit older, you know what I mean? A little tiny bit, we see things from a different perspective of experience and going through things. I'm not saying that you're inexperienced, but you're still experiencing. So it's a different vibe.
I just wouldn't say like a cheater, like somebody that's classified as a cheater. I don't think they're dependent on anybody. I don't know how to describe it. Like I don't feel like that's the main characteristic to describe a cheater. But okay. I don't.
You think most cheaters are independent?
Some are. Because
for instance, I've noticed usually the dudes that cheated on me were not independent in no way. Like it was an area where they were not independent.
So does that go to say that like that people aren't dependent on other people in general? Like in different aspects of life?
When we're talking about cheating.
But when we say cheating, I don't think so. Just because like you said, like your personal experience, like the people that have cheated on you, they've all been dependent in some way, shape, or form. It's not the same case for me.
This is perfect because this leads me right the way I want to be. Okay, that's your answer. That's your final. I know you. Bless you. That's your final answer.
Mm-hmm.
Tiff, you got anything to say on that before I continue?
Wait a minute, y'all. I can't even hear you because somebody called my phone, so I think I gotta leave and come back so I can get my volume back.
Oh no, we were just talking about the dependency. Do you feel
I said I can't hear you.
You can't
I'm
hear
gonna have to leave and come back. It's not you. Somebody called my phone and then the volume left, so I'm gonna leave and come right back.
Okay. All right. So, all right. With that being said, right?
I'm listening.
Keep in mind your answer as moving forward in this half, right? Mm-hmm. So, what you say, or no, I'm sorry. The question is, do you expect for your partner, if they have cheated, to come clean and tell you? Or let me give you a two-part. Let me revise the question. If they did cheat, do you want them to tell you the truth? Or if they are considering, because in our minds, we are programmed to think cheating consists of the full intercourse, everything like that, right?
See, and that's why my question earlier was, what exactly do we consider as cheating in this discussion?
Cheating is anything. I mean, I thought I answered it because for me, cheating is not just physical. It's not just sexual. Cheating can be the overall connection of bonding, even in a friendship. My thing is this. Let me explain something to you. If I'm with you and I meet you and I meet these people that's your friends, cousins, family, ain't no new female friends coming in the middle. We're not doing none of that. Mm-hmm. That's on me. Because my thing is, no, you're not about to play with me like that. No. Well, I'm all the friends, extra friends you need after we establish. That's what I'm saying. But cheating is not just something. Once you build something where you got to talk to somebody every day, y'all might not even spend time together. Y'all might not even sleep together. But just the fact that you have that connection, to me, that's cheating, because you're building a bond.
Right.
And you're building a bond. I mean, Rich, you trying to come back in. You're building a bond with somebody. So to me, that's a deeper level of cheating, because now you're connected in some way. See, sometimes that physical connection, that can be discontinued at any time. But when you start to build and y'all start to mesh, and it's on, to me, the emotional, the communication, the intellectual, because if I'm stimulated by your intellect, your conversation, the things that you're making me feel from certain things other than sex, that's deeper. Because that means you get me and I'm getting you, and I'm, yeah. You get what I mean? So the physical, anybody can do physical, and then it's, all right, go ahead. I don't even talk anymore. You know what I mean? So my thing is, with saying that is, do you think, my question, well, to both of y'all, welcome back, Tiff, is that if your partner cheats on you, or know he or she is about to cheat, do you want them to tell you?
Yes. I want to know.
Okay. Tajah, you don't want to know? Why? Why or why not? So since if you answer first, I'm like, why or why not?
Now, you say if they about to cheat or if they already did?
Either way, if they have cheated, would you want to know? Or if they're about to, would you want to know? Both questions.
I mean, if they have cheated, I most definitely want to know, because I want to know, did you use protection? If it was a sexual cheat, did you use protection? I feel like we have a right to know when our partner cheat or they thinking about cheating or whatever, because I mean, this is my life too. Mm-hmm. If you're gonna go the sexual way, and if you're thinking about cheating, okay, my question gonna be, why? And if it's one of them things that we could work on something, or I could try to fix something on my end, cool. If I can't, you ain't got to cheat. Bye. Because if you think about it, you're gonna do it. That's if it's in your head already, I done lost you. You gonna cheat. We might still be together, but you gonna cheat.
Quick question to piggyback off of that, just to play devil's advocate. Let's say they came clean and said, you know, babe, nothing happened, this, that, and the third, because I don't get this feeling from you when I'm around you. It could be something where as though you can prevent the cheat.
I'm gonna feel like he already did it if he come at me like that. I'm gonna feel like he trying to feel me out to see how I would react if he got caught.
All right, I'm gonna answer that in 1 second. Tajah, I want you to explain your answer.
I just say no, because I'm a firm believer that whatever happens in the dark comes to light. So whether or not you tell me, I'm gonna find out in some way, shape, or form. You know, God speaks ways, but I'm a firm believer in that. And I know my feelings gonna be hurt. So I know how I am emotionally. So I'm not about, so if you tell me, the first thing I'm gonna think is, okay, goodbye. So it's like, if you're willing to tell me like, this is what you thought of, or this is what you've done, that just means that now you feel guilty in some way, shape, or form. And it's not saying like that's a bad thing, but it's just saying like Tiffany said, like how, like once you tell me, everything in the back of my head gonna think back to, well, he thought about it. So now what if he actually doing it?
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I'm a firm believer in what happens in the dark comes to light. So it's like, if you tell me, I mean, cool, but I'm gonna leave you now. But like, I'm gonna find out sooner or later. I just know how I am emotionally, and I won't be able to take that well.
Understood. All right, so I'm gonna say this with saying that. Glitch. So if you know how we always be like, be honest, tell me the truth. It's okay. I'm gonna understand.
I won't.
No, I'm hear me out. I say that to say this. The term "be careful what you ask for." Somebody said that to me, and I thought about it, but not in this aspect. I know we say we want things, and then when we get them, and everybody wants honesty, right? Sometimes honesty and the reality is what you need to make a decision for self. It's not always about the other person. That's just my take on it. I look at it like, if a person comes to me, I've always found out the wrong way when I've been cheated on, which causes enrage. It causes anger. It causes a lot of unnecessary things. So if a person comes to me and say, listen, this is what it is. Okay. That's what you did? All right. Now I have a choice. You get what I'm saying? Because you came clean. It's not that you let me to find out the wrong, you know what I mean? Because it's a lot of other ways we can find out some things. Now, if you are, it may be somebody that got your attention. I could have been slipping and off of my A game. Now, if you come to me and say this, now I also have a choice. Either I can figure out what the hell led you over here, not to say that it's going to help me with you. It can help me with my next. You get what I mean? Because sometimes I look at life and I look at relationships as growth, and it's always something to learn from, even about yourself and about what you want and what you're looking for, right? So I would prefer, for me, the honesty instead of taking me to another place. Even if my feelings are hurt, you hurt my feelings, but don't embarrass me and hurt me and I find out the wrong way, or maybe you give me something, maybe I see your ass out with somebody, or one of my good Judies come back and tell me they done seen you out with this chick all lovey-dovey or something else. Keep that there. Give me a choice of what I want to do, right? So, and then it could be something that I was completely oblivious to, and I'm not gonna lie, I had a situation where I was like, damn, shit, I fuck around, probably would have cheated on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna be real about it. But it helped me. Even though it might not have worked with that person, it helped me know, okay, you, shorty, you know, Coco, you better. Do better. You're not going to have a successful relationship acting like that. So sometimes we got to learn and accept. We don't like to hear the negatives about ourselves, but listen, even if it's to bring you a successful relationship in the long run, sometimes people deliveries can be wrong, granted, but the truth is just what it is, especially if you heard it more than once. So then my question is, this person told you about yourself. This person might have told you they're a habitual cheater. They got a family of cheaters. Everybody just cheat and we do what the fuck we do. Why do you stay?
Because we talking about other people?
No, I'm just saying, why do we think people stay? Okay, let's say the person done came clean. You know he a cheater. And you done found out, or you could have found some condoms. The chick could have called you. The dude could, in my case, the dude could have called me and had a man to man. Y'all done had a woman to woman. Anything of per, this is what it is. You done got cheated on. But you still there. Why?
Well, in my situation with my my cheater, you know, by the time I realized that he was cheating the way that he was cheating, you know, we had a few things invested together. It just wasn't even logical for me to jump ship at that moment until I made sure that I could handle things on my own, number one. Number two, we had some kids involved. You know, it was a lot that we had to think about. We had some kids involved. We had a lot going on. Now, my first instinct was cheat back, but I mean, that wasn't even the person that I was then. So I was just like, well, I ain't gonna do that. I just think I was young.
I just love you. I caught that, but go ahead.
I was young. You know, I wasn't mature at all. So I didn't even, back then, we talking about a time before I even knew my worth. You know, before I even knew what should be and what shouldn't be and how I should be treated and how I shouldn't be treated and what I should accept and what I shouldn't accept. So I was really, I didn't have any experience in actual like love and falling in love and all that. You know, he was probably like the second person I ever loved ever in my life. So it was like when I found out about cheating, it was just like, whoa, like I don't even know what to do. I really don't know what to do. But then it got to a point where I got tired because it kept happening. I got tired and I knew that I was being a good woman. I knew that I was doing a communication thing. You know, at the time he was sick. I was taking care of him, making sure he was good, making sure his kids was good. You know, he had health issues and all that stuff. And I was like, oh no, but you not great there. And believe it or not, he gave me a hall pass. He gave me a hall pass when he became ill. Because, you know, when he became ill, things didn't work the way that they normally work. So he got better and had the audacity to go in these streets of Baltimore and show that thing everywhere, Heidi. I mean, that thing was tooting and booting everywhere. I was like, I know you guys. Get community. It became community. And I was just sitting home like, hold up. Because when you was laid up in that hospital half dead, like, what? Are you sure? Like me? You gonna do this to me? So I really didn't know how to react or what to do. But when that baby came, that was it. I got to go. You now you doing too much. You doing way too much.
Tajah.
Well, the first thing, because I had to write my little answer down so I won't forget.
I write it down.
Yes, I did.
The whole book, boo.
Now she got Alzheimer's in her 20s.
She might, because I got dementia.
Whatever.
I'm gonna go with Chanel thing. My vitamin D low.
That's it. Okay.
For real.
That's for all the lambs. Go ahead.
Oh no, but I agree with Rich that low self-esteem plays a part. But because me and somebody else was just talking about this, like we both had said, love is blind in most situations. So like you get comfortable, you get comfortable and all that, and you're like, oh, okay, like I really invested a lot of time into this. Like we're gonna work this out no matter what happens. Like it's blinded by that curtain right there that you got to make it work regardless because of how much you put into it.
Okay.
Yeah. I just that's my main thing is just that people invest so much when it comes to a relationship. So then once they get cheated on, they're like, well, we've been in this for this long. We can continue as long as this doesn't happen again. But no matter what, like I feel like no matter what in that situation, once somebody cheats, there's always those underlying issues in that relationship at that point. So because you were so blinded by whatever was covering you up right then and there, you done thought like, oh, we're gonna get past this. But now you still in the back of your head thinking they're doing something. So there goes your trust issues. And then you don't really know how to communicate it. So there goes your communication issues. You always gonna think that person's a liar or that person's not telling you the truth. That's when we get the check-in locations and check-in text messages and phones every week. Yeah, people crazy nowadays.
Listen, I did all that.
That's too much.
I did all that. I did all that.
Let me tell y'all, the worst thing I've ever done was check a phone. And I think I was probably 22, 23. No, probably I'm going to 25. Other than that, no, for one, that's too much energy. If I got to do all of that, I need to be single. All right. I agree with Rich. Low self-esteem is definitely a big factor of why people stay. Also insecurities.
Mm-hmm.
On both parts. I'm gonna say on both parts. I'm gonna say the cheater part and the person that accepts the cheater.
Mm-hmm.
The cheater insecurities is because they gotta feed something in them that they got it. You get what I'm saying? That they are desirable because they so insecure. And then you have the person who's so insecure with the low self-esteem piece, and they may not feel like they look the part or they are the part or worthy or know their value. And when I say value, I'm not just talking about monetarily what you bring. Value meaning your heart. Value meaning I can meet all that shit. Emotional, physical, mental, spiritual. All of those, whatever you looking for, listen, I'm a whole Gemini. And I tell them, who you want to date? Which one? Which who you want?
But you know what else play a small part? It's not a big part, but a small part, believe it or not. And I'm only saying this because I went through it. Sometimes the chemistry that you have with a person will make you stay. Because let me tell you something. That thing slept with all of Baltimore. Once the baby came, we broke up. I kept doing the do with him. Okay? I couldn't help it. I might let a year pass, I do it again. I might let 2 years pass, I do it again. And I'm sitting here like, he a dog, he dirty, he not gonna do you right. But that thing was different. It was our chemistry was different.
He just had you whipped. You was lost. You was lost.
I'm telling you. Listen, I'm trying to tell you. This one of the conversations we gotta have outside of here.
Yeah, I had this conversation with somebody the other night. I think part of it, even with you saying that, I mean, y'all can disagree with me. That's fine. We a lot of times, women and men, misconstrue lust like love and
Yeah.
You just got some good, you know, we gonna keep going back for that. But I think even when it comes to that, because we get so mesmerized by that, we settle for what we don't need to settle for. That's still, you know, that's not a relationship. That's just a fix. And I think I got to a point where once I started to become, I'm just speaking on me, comfortable with myself. If that's what I wanted and I know that's what you fulfilled, thank you. I'm gonna let you know. High five, boom, I'm out. You feel me? We're gonna leave it there. So, but a lot of times we misconstrue those emotions because it can feel a lot like the real thing, but we don't know how to identify that it's not, based off of certain insecurities. And I think that's also a sense of self, what you want, what you desire, and what you need. And all of those things become misconstrued. So we look at love as lust, like, oh, they just tickle my fancy for right now. I love him. Oh my God. You know what I mean, girl talk. Damn, I'm not gonna say it on there. But I'm just saying, you know, you know how, you know, but that's not always the case. I think we really gotta understand self and when a person ain't right. So even if a cheater is insecure, but they might know they got that, you know, all they gotta do is do this. Men ain't, especially men, they ain't stupid. They pay attention more than we think they, oh, that's all. Oh, all right, let me grab up, throw up against something real quick. She good. You right. You know what I'm saying? And then we say that. And that's a reason to maybe go back for that. But is that a reason to stay connected?
Well, you know, I was in love with that fool. You know the extent of my relationship. I was in love, the real kind. I really, really was. I really, truly was. But I don't know why, girl, I could not stop. I just could not stop. I was like, oh my God. And I know it's bad, but we never got back together. We never got back in a relationship. We never, after the whole baby thing, we never got back in a relationship. I just kept on doing it to him.
I swear I love you. But what do you feel like? Yeah, that was a good pause. You see,
I'm looking at you.
I didn't know what to say. All I'm saying is, like, do you think people stay with cheaters or people cheat in fear of being alone? Because they know, okay, for a cheater, she about to find out, but let me make sure I got this one right here because I ain't trying to be by myself. You get what I mean? And then you got the person that's been cheated on. They accept the cheat because of their insecurities and they fear being alone. I just think sometimes both parties, just listening and knowing people on both sides of it, I feel like we do stay and accept things that we possibly shouldn't. And sometimes people can see things in us that we don't see in ourselves. And I say that to say because if you stay with somebody and you know you deserve more, is it just a fear of being alone? So I'm gonna just deal with this because, oh, they might look good. And as you said, the sex might be spectacular. You know, or something. But because you may not have the backup right now, you stay.
Or you don't feel like starting over. Some people just be tired. They just be like, you know what? Whatever. I'm old as hell. I don't even feel like it. But is it
worth I'm being unhappy?
I'm just saying, they be like, I don't even feel like, I mean, some people do that. I know some people that's in some unhappy marriages and they together and they know they ain't supposed to be together. They should have been left each other a long time ago, but they still there holding on to absolutely nothing.
But we'll pause on that because I'm getting ready to get to that, Tajah. I need your thoughts first because, yeah, gracias.
It's not worth it. It's never worth it. Like, I don't feel like it's ever worth it. Like I don't know. My opinion still stands at this point. It's gonna be the same every time. Like, if you feel like that, then you need to leave. Like, I just like I don't like it. Like, I just don't like. I want to say I don't get it because I've done it, but that's the more reason for you to say don't do it. That's even more reason.
We gonna stick to the program, but can we just have an open discussion, including everything for the next 24, 28 minutes, 24 minutes? Thank you, Tiff. So,
because honey,
we're gonna talk about this cheetah thing because you touched on something. What I want to say is, even me being Tyrone, why do people in a relationship, or what do y'all think about people in relationships, marriages, whether they're same sex, opposite sex? I'm not discriminating here. If you have a history of cheating, or you have a potential to cheat, why do you get married? Why do you get into the relationship? One, that's a question in itself. Two, people who are in relationships or who are married, why do you want to cheat with somebody that's fucking wait a minute, let me go back. That's the one. Why do you want to cheat, or why do you pursue and set stipulations on a single person who's really looking for something and lie about your marriage, your relationship status, anything there is? But then again, it ain't even always a lie. It could be the persuasion of the cheat. You know what I mean? Wait a minute, she adjusted herself. I don't need
I can't answer that because I'm not a cheater. And I ain't never did no shit like that to nobody. Ooh, you made me say a cuss word. Sorry, y'all. I ain't never did nothing like that to nobody. But there are people out there like that do that type of stuff. I don't get it. You know, we gonna have to ask somebody. We gonna have to ask somebody that do that type of stuff, because I don't do that type of stuff to people. I don't like you, friend. Some questions I just can't answer if I never did it.
It was the head motion.
I'm just saying, sometimes I just can't answer things that I haven't done. But you're right, it is a lot of people out there like that, girl. Unhappy as I don't know what. And they marriages out here preying on these single people. No, getting in these relationships on false pretenses, knowing daggone well that ain't what you want.
Tajah, I'm gonna let you answer next because I have a question to piggyback that.
I don't feel like people go into the relationship expectant. I'm not playing with either one of y'all right now. I'm not. I'm just gonna ignore y'all.
Spit out this good organic tea.
I'm not gonna pay y'all no mind right now.
Just don't look at your screen. That's all right. Go on.
I don't think people intentionally go into the relationship thinking they're gonna cheat. I feel like, especially like if they're like habitual cheaters, I feel like when they're getting into like another relationship, I feel like they think like, I'm gonna do things differently this time. Like, I feel like they go in there with like some like the right goals in mind.
You said habitual cheaters do this?
Well, I don't know. I'm just guessing.
You saying you think habitual cheaters go into the relationship like, this time I'm not gonna cheat.
I'm not gonna do it this time.
But I'm a habitual cheater.
I really do believe that like they really think to themselves like, I'm gonna change this time. Like maybe this one, like this time gonna be different.
She gonna kill
me. Then it ain't different. Like, I don't know.
Because he or she is a habitual cheater. They a habitual cheater. They gonna be nothing different.
Matter. They know they gonna do them. They just trying to secure your spot.
But I don't think they go into it thinking Like, you know
only
what? I'm
one,
a cheat
boo.
regardless. I think they really be trying their hardest not to, but then like that temptation just get them.
TT, they couldn't have been trying their hardest if they a habitual cheater.
They meet you knowing.
You know what
You be like,
habitual
I
means?
just want somebody that's loyal. I'm looking for something that's real. They be like, baby, I got you all the time. And everybody like, yep, I'm going right over Keisha's house.
Hey, yo. Oh my God. I cannot.
I'm
I
not.
cannot.
I'm just saying. But pause.
Oh,
This is my
TT see the
thing.
good in people. That is so nice.
I was like that, and that's why. Look, that's that. I'm sorry, T to me. That's my genes kicking, and I was like that until I woke up and now my DM started going off. And then when you check a DM, and you know I'm sorry, I'm not Tyrone no more. I'm back to Coco. Let me tell you the women aspect of it. Then I go back to Tyrone and Caron. As Coco, you get a DM random. Hey, beautiful. How are you?
Mm-hmm.
Nice profile pic.
Yup.
You know us before we hit reply. V profile. Family pic. Wife. Anniversary.
Yes.
Pause. And then you know me. You married.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
but this is the one that gets me. It's a little complicated right now. Be on the verge. On the verge of what? Of divorce. I mean, she here, but I don't be here.
They always on the verge of divorce.
Wait,
right there, side by side.
This is my thing. Where you be at? I mean, I be home, but you over the other one house. So you trying to make me the other one. No,
I cannot. I cannot.
I'm just saying. So I say that to say red flags. Pay attention all day, every day when it's there. Yes. And then when they know, I'm sorry, this is just a quick.
How they get mad with you?
How
they get mad with you like you did something?
But then, no, this be the thing. They approach you. This the one that I like. I mean, yeah, you right. She is. But what's up with you? I'm single. I'm trying. I mean, but if you want, ain't no other people. I ain't with none of all of this, that, and the third. Whoa, pause. Like, I'm single. I do what I want. You can't put stipulations over Chia. How can you stipulate my singleness when I'm trying to find somebody that's mine? You belong to somebody. Okay. And then when you say, you must not be what I'm looking for. You right.
Move right on along, sir.
It's like that meme when they be like, hey, sis.
Girl, let me tell you something. Do you know how to make one of them?
I'm about to. You see me? I got it now.
Do you literally know how to make one of them? Because I need one of them made.
I'm going to find out. I'm not working on it tonight.
Because I got a delivery to make.
Question. Who do you think gets cheated on the most? Men or women?
Men.
Huh?
Men.
I think it's unanimous. I'm Karan though. Why the fuck y'all be cheating on us?
It's definitely men. Cause I'm saying
women are more slick with it. I think women are more. We more suave with it. Men so stupid. You will switch up your whole routine and be obvious because you don't give a fuck. Us, you might got something. We want to secure all spots, and then it's like, all right. What you say? You want to go out with the fellas? Go ahead, babe. Have a nice time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Then you drop with the fellas. All right, he gonna be going from 10 to 12. What you
you got that much time?
Let me shut up because that's why they wanted me to do this so they can. Yeah. All right, I got y'all. Nope.
Can't give out all the codes.
No, look. At the end of the day, I don't care who I channel. My genitalia say female. My loyalty is what it is. All right. So to piggyback off of Cheetah's earlier comment, do you believe in once a cheater, always a cheater, or do you think people can change? Oh, y'all got so too quiet. That was too long of a pause. It was like 4 seconds. Y'all still thinking?
So I think the only way for me to answer this is to actually tap into something personal in myself, but it's not really personal. It is what it is. I'm an open book. You know, I'm currently with somebody who had cheating issues in the past, but we was way younger. It was very noticeable then. It was very obvious. Now that we older, things are very different. Some people can change, but because of the past, you kind of like, sometimes it'd be that one little thing that happened and your mind instantly gravitate to, okay, you're doing what you did in the past. That's the only downside of it. Like, you know, and then that person, you know, they get mad with you. Like, you know, I'm showing you that I'm not this person now. I'm this person now. But I'm like, you can't get mad with a person getting back with you and not fully trusting you if they weren't able to trust you in the past. That trust has to be earned. You got to give it a second. You got to give it a second. I mean, yeah, you might be showing me that things are different. And yes, I have been shown that everything is completely different. But every now and then in the back of my mind, I'd be like, bruh, hold up. Because wait a minute, I got to think about how you used to act back in the day. Is it still in you? But I think people can change over time.
Can I ask a
Eventually,
question?
you just get too tired and too old to be out here cheating.
Can I ask a question on
Go
this
ahead.
question? So, if you've been cheated on, or if a person has been cheated on, let's say this. If a person has been cheated on, and let's say whatever time has passed, I call it recycling. That's just my personal word for it. If a person has cheated on you, done you dirty, and why do you recycle if you don't completely and give another chance, if you don't completely forgive? If in the back of your dangling in your mind, it's like, oh yeah, you suspectable to cheat. You
But I
gonna
feel
or
that
you
way.
have
I feel that way
cheated.
about everybody. I mean, because for me, I feel that way about everybody in the beginning. So it's no different for me. I don't trust nobody ever. It takes time for me, quite some time. I have trust issues with everybody. So for me, it's a little different. You know, it takes some time. That's just like, you know, when I make friends, you know, like it take me a minute to call somebody my friend. Oh, but trust and believe, when once you there forever, forever.
We're gonna get back to that, Susan.
Answer. Well, I agree with Tiff. You want me to answer the first question or the second question?
Either one.
Well, for the first question, I do believe that people can change. Just because, you know, in life, people just grow as an individual. So it's like she said, like in like their younger days, that might have been something that they did. But as they get older, they gradually start to realize that that's not for them no more. But that's only for certain people. And then what was the second question?
I forgot. Oh, why? Like, pretty much why. Let me take 2 or 3 minutes on the second question to counteract Tiff and to get to where I want to get to your answer. I heard it, I respect it, and all of that. This is my thing when it comes to certain things that may be a hiccup. If I cannot trust you, me personally, if it's starting off that way, I'm going to question too much. I don't want that. That's just me. Now, if we have a history of you doing something, yes, there needs to be conversations, there needs to be proof, there needs to be other things. But I feel like in the aspect if there are certain issues within us, like myself. I went through a period of trust issues. Only insecurities I mainly have is my appearance, my weight, my things like that. You know, I own that. I think the first part of being 100 is owning where you're weak or what your insecurities are, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if I know I'm entering something with trust issues, is that fair to the other person? Even if they're coming in trustworthy? Because if you may have, do you think maybe when you have those trust issues, it can maybe compromise things? Whereas though the person can be completely upfront, but because you have those issues, it could be, damn, I'm being 100 with you, man. But because of my past, either you forgave me or you didn't.
Right. Yeah, I would agree with that.
I mean, I get that, but I don't trust nobody. Like, I don't get into nothing like, oh yeah, I trust you. No, you got to show me that. You have to show me that I can. And that, me having trust issues, it has nothing to do with nobody but me. It's a me thing.
But Mike, you talk about reverting back, right?
I completely understand that. I receive it and I get that.
But you're talking about in a sense of reverting back to somebody else, like somebody that you used to deal with, right?
Not even that, because I went through a period, but I can only speak for me. I'm not speaking on behalf of Tiff. I'm only asking for another perspective. But from my experience and on outside looking in, when there are certain issues like that, it tends to hover over into what you're trying to build. So some things you got to get to the root of the issue of what's going on, so that, okay, not to say that I don't meet anybody, I'm with her on that. I'm not going to trust you right off the bat. You got to earn my trust. You got to earn my loyalty. You got to earn some things. I know one thing about me. I'm loyal. I'm 10 toes down to the wheels fall off. Right? So if I just meet you, if I don't know you, but if we have a history, that's different.
Right.
Because if you already done broke that trust, it's going to take too much to prove. If you're not already showing levels of growth, what are we doing? And that's my question for anybody. What are we doing? You get what I'm saying? What are we really? And a lot of people, that question right there, a lot of people can't answer if they don't know what they want to do or what they want. But for myself, when I knew I had certain things, I had to dig deep and understand why I had those issues. You ain't got to trust me. I already know I'm trustworthy. You feel what I'm saying? So the next person, if you got issues, and I've met men with insecurity issues, way yonder, with hella trust issues, they worse than women. So now, what do we do? Because you gotta figure that out, Pimp.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I just feel like if you dated somebody, let's say in your earlier years, let's say maybe like for me, if I dated somebody like in my 20s, my early 20s or something like that, even my mid 20s, and then, you know, whatever happened, you cheated or you lied or whatever, and then we date each other again in our 40s, to me, you new to me. Because I'm meeting this person in a whole nother version of their life. They shouldn't be the same person that they were when we was in our 20s. Some people do. Some people do. But I'm just saying, they shouldn't be the same person that they were when we was in our, when we were in our 20s or whatever. So it's like you meeting that person all over again. So yeah, I go right back the way I was. I don't trust you.
All right. We got like 5 minutes. So Tita, I'm gonna give you 3 right now. Just say whatever you want to say about what we talked about.
Well, I don't feel like you should go into a relationship whatsoever with trust issues. Like, I mean, I know people have their trust issues, but then you need to take that time of healing. Like, you need to start that process. Because if you're going straight into a relationship with all those trust issues and you're not because it's like you're automatically putting that wall up to where I don't feel like you're even willing to allow that trust to be built, especially when your walls are that far up. So it's like you gotta heal first before you even attempt to get into another relationship in that type of sense. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I wanted to make sure that made sense. I think that was it. I think y'all said all my other stuff that I had said in my head.
All right, Tiff, what you got in like 2?
I say I don't care. I don't trust nobody. You go ahead and show me. You go ahead and show me. I don't care who you are, mothers, grandmothers, whatever. I don't know you, especially if I'm meeting you in another version of your life. It's not going into the relationship with trust issues. It's just I don't know you. You know, I just don't. That's just who I am. I have to see that I can trust you. I have to see that I can put you on my own.
But then. So, okay, so you're saying you're dealing with somebody, no matter what, like you don't trust everybody automatically. That's understandable.
No,
that's
I don't
something
trust
different.
Nobody automatically.
Right, you never should. But you still have to allow that trust to be built up. Now, you're not going to jump into a relationship with them just because you got to pass with them. And if you're just jumping into a relationship because you got to pass with them, that's dumb too.
No, 9 times out of 10, we probably did something else that made me be like, oh yeah, we go together.
Bye. I don't got nothing else to say.
I can't do this show with TC on head. She don't need to be knowing certain stuff.
Oh,
I'm gonna watch
you do.
regardless.
But
Let
I
me
don't
tell
think
you, wait a minute, hold up, because you here next week, right?
for me.
Mm-hmm.
I am.
This kind of takes us into next week's topic. So for all the listeners and viewers, because I got like 3 minutes, right? I want to say throughout this series, we are definitely going to talk about side relationships, whether you're the side chick, side dude. I am going to reach out to a couple of guys. And if you would like to be a part of this, please.
Can we get a male guest?
Please, I'm trying. Please DM me at Kazual Konvo Coco on IG or the same on Facebook. Please DM me, hit me up if you want to be a part of this conversation, because I'm tired of being Karan and Tyrone. And I feel like my girls think I know I'm about to get cussed out about being Tyrone and Karan, which is fine. But next week we are talking about side chicks, side dudes, and polygamy, which is something that's really up and coming. I might throw swingers in there a little bit too.
I like these topics.
You know, so I kind of think this is gonna like run into it, and I think both of you ladies are gonna be here next time. Tiff, please follow her website for her amazing candles, Ambiance Creations. What is it? AmbianceCreations.org.
.shop.
.shop on AmbianceCreations.shop. She's also on Instagram, Ambiance Creations at True Lady. You also have Tajah. If you're not familiar, if this is your first time listening, she's my daughter. She also does my flyers. She does massages. She does therapy. She does nursing. She does a little bit of everything. She does hair, and she is at Goofy _ on Instagram. And of course, you can follow me on Instagram, Kazual Konvo Coco, and the same on Facebook. We will see you guys next week to continue this a little bit.